Welcome back to La Coin's World. Washington quarter dollar 1994D coin, $1.3 million coins. What if the next quarter you receive as change is secretly worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? It sounds unbelievable, but that's exactly why millions of collectors inspect every coin that passes through their hands. Most people see only 25 cents, but experienced collectors know that every date, mint mark, and tiny detail can make the difference between an ordinary coin and an extraordinary discovery. Some coins become valuable because of their rarity, while others gain attention because of remarkable mint errors or exceptional condition. Today, we're taking a close look at one of the most overlooked modern quarters in American coin collecting. At first glance, it appears to be just another everyday coin, but once you understand its history, production, hidden varieties, and collector demand, you'll never look at your pocket change the same way again. Stay with me until the very end, because one small detail on this coin could completely change its value. 1994D Washington Quarter. The 1994D Washington Quarter was produced at the Denver Mint, and the small d mint mark located on the obverse identifies its place of manufacture. This coin belongs to the famous Washington Quarter series, one of the longest-running coin designs in United States history. The series first appeared in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Although the design was originally intended as a temporary commemorative issue, it quickly became one of the most recognized and enduring coins ever produced by the United States Mint. The obverse features the classic portrait of George Washington designed by sculptor John Flanagan. Surrounding the portrait are the inscriptions Liberty at the top, In God We Trust to the left, and the date 1994 below. Just to the right of Washington's ribbon is the D mint mark, indicating that the coin was struck in Denver. The reverse displays the iconic heraldic eagle standing proudly with its wings spread wide while resting on a bundle of arrows. Beneath the arrows are two olive branches representing peace, while the inscriptions United States of America, E pluribus unum, and quarter dollar complete the traditional design that remained in use until the introduction of the state quarters program in 1999. Like other Washington quarters produced after 1965, the 1994D coin is made from a clad composition consisting of a pure copper core sandwiched between outer layers of copper and nickel. The coin weighs 5.67 grams, measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter, and features a reeded edge with 119 reeds. Since it contains no silver, its value depends almost entirely on condition, rarity, collector demand, and the presence of any significant mint errors. The Denver Mint struck approximately 880 million 1994D Washington quarters, making it a very common issue in circulated grades. Because of this enormous production, worn examples remain plentiful in circulation and are generally worth only their face value of 25 cents. However, this large mintage tells only part of the story. The finest surviving examples are much scarcer than most people realize, especially those preserved in nearly flawless condition. Coins intended for circulation were transported in large bags, where they frequently came into contact with one another. This process often left small scratches, nicks, and contact marks before the coins even entered circulation. As a result, locating a 1994D quarter with exceptional surfaces, brilliant mint luster, and virtually no imperfections is much more difficult than finding an average example. Professional grading services, such as PeaceGS and NGC, evaluate these coins on the Sheldon grading scale, which ranges from Poor 1 to Mint State 70. A circulated coin usually has little premium over face value, while mint state examples can sell for several dollars depending on their grade. Coins certified as MS66 or MS67 are significantly more desirable because relatively few examples survive with such high-quality preservation. At the highest certified grades, collector competition becomes intense and prices can rise dramatically. One of the biggest reasons collectors continue searching rolls of 1994D quarters is the possibility of discovering mint errors. Although genuine errors are uncommon, They often transform an ordinary circulation coin into an exciting collectible worth many times its face value. Among the most famous mint errors is the double die. A true double die occurs during the creation of the working die, causing letters, numbers, or design elements to appear doubled on every coin struck from that die. Strong doubling visible on inscriptions or the date can make a coin especially desirable. It is important to distinguish a genuine double die from machine doubling, which is caused during the striking process and usually carries little or no additional value. Another highly collectible error is the off-center strike. If the planchet is not properly aligned inside the striking chamber, the resulting coin will have part of its design missing while leaving a blank crescent-shaped area. The farther off-center the strike, the more dramatic the appearance. If the date remains visible, these coins are often worth considerably more than face value. Broad strike errors also capture collector interest. These occur when the retaining collar fails to hold the coin during striking. Without the collar, the metal spreads outward beyond its normal diameter, creating a coin that appears larger than usual while lacking the standard reeded edge. Genuine broad strikes are easily recognized and can command strong premiums. Collectors also examine quarters for clipped planchet errors. Before coins are struck, circular blanks are punched from long strips of metal. Occasionally, overlapping punches remove part of a blank, leaving a curved section missing from the finished coin. Authentic clipped planchets display specific characteristics, including the Blakesley effect, which helps experts distinguish genuine mint errors. Die cracks are another fascinating feature. After striking millions of coins, the steel dies begin to wear and sometimes crack under the tremendous pressure of repeated use. These cracks transfer onto the coins as raised lines. While small die cracks are relatively common, larger cracks or retained cuts, formed when a piece of the die breaks away, are much more desirable among collectors. Strike-through errors are also worth searching for. These occur when grease, cloth fibers, metal shavings, or other foreign material becomes trapped between the die and the coin blank during striking. The result is an unusual missing or distorted design element that makes each error unique. Depending on its appearance and severity, a strike-through error can attract significant collector attention. Another factor that greatly influences value is strike quality. Even though millions of 1994 D quarters were produced, not every coin received a sharp strike. Weakly struck coins often display less detail in Washington's hair or on the eagle's feathers. Collectors strongly prefer coins with bold, fully struck designs because they better showcase the artistry of the original engraving. Eye appeal is equally important. Coins with bright, original luster, clean surfaces, and attractive natural toning frequently sell for more than similarly graded examples with dull or spotted surfaces. While colorful toning is less common on modern clad coins than on older silver coins, beautifully toned 1994 D quarters occasionally appear and are highly prized by collectors. Many collectors search unopened Federal Reserve rolls and original mint bags in hopes of finding untouched examples that have remained protected since the day they were struck. These original sources often provide the best opportunity to discover high-grade coins suitable for professional certification. Although counterfeit 1994 D quarters are uncommon because of their relatively low value in ordinary grades, altered coins can still appear in the marketplace. Some sellers polish coins to create an artificial shine, while others attempt to manufacture fake mint errors. For any coin believed to have significant value, authentication by a respected grading service is the safest way to confirm its authenticity. Auction records have demonstrated that ordinary modern quarters can become surprisingly valuable when they combine exceptional preservation with strong collector demand. While most circulated 1994 D quarters remain worth only 25 cents, certified top population examples and elite mint state grades have sold for hundreds of dollars, and particularly outstanding examples can achieve even higher prices when registry collectors compete for the finest known specimens. If you happen to find a 1994 D Washington quarter in your pocket change, don't spend it immediately. Instead, inspect it carefully under bright light or with a magnifying glass. Look for unusual doubling, die cracks, clip planchets, off-center strikes, broad strikes, strike-through errors, or any other unusual characteristics. Also pay close attention to the overall condition. Sharp details, strong luster, and minimal contact marks may indicate that your coin deserves a closer evaluation. Coin collecting is often compared to a treasure hunt because valuable discoveries can appear almost anywhere. Countless collectors have found important coins in bankrolls, inherited collections, old jars of change, vending machine returns, and everyday pocket change. The excitement comes from knowing that every coin has the potential to tell a unique story. The 1994 D Washington quarter proves that even one of the most common modern coins can become highly collectible under the right circumstances. While its enormous mintage means that most examples are ordinary, the finest preserved specimens and genuine mint errors remain exciting prizes for collectors. That contrast between common and exceptional is one of the reasons coin collecting continues to grow in popularity around the world. So the next time you receive a quarter in change, take a closer look before slipping it into your wallet or spending it. That small D, mint mark beneath the date, could belong to a coin with remarkable quality, a rare mint error, or a level of preservation that collectors are willing to pay impressive amounts to own. Every coin has a history. Every detail matters. And sometimes the greatest treasures are hiding in the smallest pieces of everyday change. Keep searching, keep learning, and remember that your next valuable discovery could already be waiting in your pocket. Have you ever looked at an ordinary quarter in your pocket and wondered if it could be worth far more than 25 cents? Most people spend these coins without giving them a second glance, but hidden among millions of everyday quarters are fascinating stories, surprising minting details, and a few valuable examples that collectors are constantly searching for. Today, we're diving into one of those coins that often gets overlooked, the 1990 D Washington Quarter. 1990 D Washington Quarter. The 1990 D Washington Quarter was struck at the Denver Mint, identified by the small d, mint mark located on the obverse, just to the right of George Washington's ponytail. This quarter is part of the long-running Washington Quarter series, which first debuted in 1932 to celebrate the 200th birthday of America's first president, George Washington. Originally intended as a one-year commemorative issue, the design became so popular that it remained the official quarter design for more than 6 decades. The obverse of the coin features the familiar portrait of George Washington designed by sculptor John Flanagan. Around the portrait, you'll find the words Liberty across the top, In God We Trust to the left, the year 1990 below, and the D, mint mark indicating it was produced in Denver. The reverse displays a powerful eagle with its wings spread wide, perched on a bundle of arrows symbolizing military strength, while olive branches below represent peace. The inscriptions United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, and quarter dollar complete the classic reverse design. The coin is made of a copper core sandwiched between outer layers of copper and nickel, commonly referred to as clad composition. Each quarter weighs 5.67 grams, measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter, and has a reeded edge with 119 reeds. Unlike older silver quarters minted before 1965, the 1990D quarter contains no silver, meaning its value depends almost entirely on condition, rarity, and any unusual mint errors it may have. The Denver Mint produced an astonishing 927,638,181 quarters in 1990. That's nearly 1 billion coins, making this one of the highest mintage Washington quarters ever produced. Because so many examples entered circulation, finding a War 1990D quarter is incredibly easy. In circulated condition, these coins are generally worth only their face value of 25 cents. However, the story changes when you begin examining coins that never entered circulation. Uncirculated examples with strong luster, crisp details, and minimal contact marks are much more desirable to collectors. Since quarters were produced in enormous quantities and stored in bags, many received scratches and dents before ever leaving the mint. Truly well-preserved examples are much harder to locate than most people expect. Professional grading services, such as PGS and NGC, evaluate these coins using the Sheldon grading scale, ranging from Poor 1 to Mint State 70. A typical Mint State 63 coin may sell for only a few dollars, while higher grades like MS66 or MS67 can command significantly higher prices because of their scarcity. The highest certified examples are especially difficult to find, and competition among registry set collectors often drives prices well beyond what most people would expect for a modern quarter. One of the biggest reasons collectors search through rolls of 1990D quarters is the possibility of finding mint errors. While error coins are uncommon, they can transform an ordinary quarter into a highly collectible piece worth many times its face value. A double die error is one of the most famous varieties in coin collecting. On these coins, parts of the design or lettering appear doubled because of an issue during die creation. Strong doubling visible without magnification can attract considerable collector interest, although true double dies must be authenticated because machine doubling is much more common and generally adds little value. Another exciting error is an off-center strike. During the striking process, if the blank planchet is not perfectly aligned, part of the design may be missing while a blank crescent remains visible. Depending on how far off-center the strike is and whether the date remains visible, these coins can be worth anywhere from tens to hundreds of dollars. Collectors also look for broad strikes, where the retaining collar fails during striking, allowing the coin to spread outward. These coins appear wider than normal and lack the standard reeded edge. Genuine broad strikes are collectible and often sell for substantial premiums. Clip planchets are another interesting error. Before striking, coin blanks are punched from long metal strips. Occasionally, overlapping punches remove part of a blank, creating a curved missing section. Authentic clip planchets display distinctive characteristics that experts use to separate them from damaged coins. Die cracks and retained cuds also attract collector attention. As coin dies wear out from striking millions of coins, cracks can develop. These cracks transfer onto coins as raised lines. If part of the die breaks away entirely, it creates a cud, a raised blob of metal along the coin's edge. Larger and more dramatic examples generally bring higher prices. Some collectors even search for dramatic strike through errors, where grease, debris, or foreign material becomes trapped between the die and the planchet. This can leave missing design elements or unusual impressions that make every error unique. While major errors are rare, minor die chips and small die cracks are encountered more frequently. Although they usually don't carry enormous premiums, unusual examples can still interest specialists who collect die varieties. Another factor affecting value is eye appeal. Two coins with identical grades can sell for different prices if one has brighter luster, stronger strike quality, or more attractive toning. Natural rainbow toning, although uncommon on clad quarters, can significantly increase collector demand when the colors are vibrant and original. Many collectors also search unopened Federal Reserve rolls and original mint bags, hoping to discover exceptionally preserved examples. Since most quarters experienced heavy circulation, untouched coins from original storage can offer a better chance of finding premium quality specimens suitable for grading. Counterfeit coins are not a major concern for common-day clad quarters, but altered coins do exist. Unscrupulous sellers may artificially tone coins, polish them to create a false shine, or even add fake mint errors. That's why valuable examples should always be authenticated by a respected grading service before large amounts of money change hands. Auction records have shown that superb gem examples certified in exceptionally high mint state grades can sell for hundreds of dollars. While these prices are reserved for the finest known coins with outstanding preservation, they demonstrate how condition alone can dramatically affect value. A coin worth only 25 cents in circulation could become a prize collectible if it survives in nearly perfect condition. If you're searching your own pocket change, examine every 1990D quarter carefully under good lighting. Check the surfaces for unusual doubling, cracks, off-center strikes, clipped edges, or other striking abnormalities. Also inspect the overall condition. Sharp details, brilliant luster, and minimal where may indicate the coin deserves closer evaluation. Coin collecting is often described as a treasure hunt because remarkable discoveries sometimes appear in the most unexpected places. Bank rolls, inherited collections, old jars of change, and even cash register change have produced valuable coins for lucky collectors who knew what to look for. Although the odds of finding a top-grade or error coin are relatively low, they are certainly not zero. The 1990 Washington Quarter reminds us that rarity is not always determined by mintage alone. Nearly 1 billion examples were produced, yet truly exceptional survivors remain surprisingly scarce. That difference between common and extraordinary is what makes coin collecting so exciting. So before you spend your next quarter without a second thought, take a closer look. That small D, mint mark beneath the date, could belong to a coin with an interesting story, an unusual mint error, or exceptional preservation that collectors are eager to own. Every coin has a history. Every detail tells a story, and sometimes the greatest discoveries are hiding in the coins we overlook every single day. If you enjoyed learning about the 1990 Washington Quarter, don't forget to keep checking your pocket change because the next valuable coin could already be waiting in your hands.